Good morning, everybody, and welcome, as always, to a weekly message from Jesus. Each week, we try to channel his words and we try to bring you a message from him. I hope that it brightens your day. I know it certainly brightens the day of Connie and myself as we do this. Please tell your friends about it. I'm sure that they would thank you for it. So, Father's here, so let us begin. Good morning, everyone. Barry is correct. Each week I try to bring you a message. I try to bring you a message every week. I try to bring you words that will help guide you. I try to bring you messages of faith. I try to bring you messages of everything that will help you brighten your life. I try to show you the path to happiness. I try to do everything that I can to help you. The first obvious step is to believe in me, to understand that you truly are hearing my words. Now, in spite of that, many people feel that they're forsaken. Forsaken's a terrible word. You feel that you're alone. You feel that nobody cares. You feel that there's nothing that you can do. That you're alone on a deserted island. That even your best friends could care less about your existence. Now, why do people feel like that? You know from listening that we try to do as much as we can to make you happy. Yet there are many individuals that feel totally forsaken in this world. Sometimes there are problems associated with it, mental, physical. Many people have very serious illnesses and they feel that they're forsaken. Many people feel that nobody loves them. Well, I always love them. I love everyone, even those that speak against me, even those that do the most evil things. I may not like them, but I still love them. Just as a mother and father that have a child that has broken the law, does drugs, create violent things, they probably don't like them, but they always love them. You see, that's a characteristic of a parent. I consider myself all of your father. I am father to all of you. You would not exist without me, so I am your father. Many of you feel closer to me than others, but that's the way of it. That's the way of life. That's the way of humans. The free will of humans allows them to do whatever they wish. Just the same as a child can draw away from its parents. Maybe they think their parents don't know anything. Maybe that child thinks that they know everything. Well, the sad fact is that child knows nothing. There is so much to know. The most brilliant people among you understand the fact that the more that they know, the more they don't know. And it becomes especially apparent to them when they return home. Because when they see the great vastness of heaven, they know that they have no way of ever understanding that. I do not want anyone to feel forsaken. Things can go terribly wrong in their lives. They can feel mentally bad. They can be depressed. But there's always one person that cares. I always care. Now, I may not be able to help because everyone comes back with a life plan. You hear this every week, and I'm sure you understand that. Certain people have chosen lessons that are very difficult to learn. It's their job to learn those lessons. They may feel depressed, and it's very, very difficult to cure depression. I know that. But they have to learn to defeat it. It is a lesson to be learned. If they can't defeat it in this life, then there's a good possibility that they still have to have some depression in another lifetime because souls have got to learn lessons to progress. If you don't learn the lessons, it's difficult to progress. You see, I want souls to learn all of the lessons that are required. As you learn these lessons, you raise in the realms of heaven and you come closer to me. And I want all of you to be very close to me. That's what I want. I want to love each of you and I want each of you close. But you cannot become, not physically, but your soul cannot become close to me unless you learn these lessons. Forsaken. It's a terrible word. You feel that nobody cares. Well, let's approach this a little differently. Let's have all of you out there try to help those that feel forsaken. Do not make things worse for them. Right now, there's so many bad, evil energies out there that are making things difficult for everyone that there's a lot of people feeling forsaken. Try to help them. When you see a mother with a child on a street corner with a sign saying, "Please help me," do something to help her. Now, it may be a scam, but you cannot take the chance that it's not real. Let it be on the conscience of that person if they're pretending, if they're putting that poor child through standing on a street corner. You see, that's on them, and they'll pay for that. But what's important is what's in your heart. What's important is you trying not to have anyone feel forsaken. Many senior citizens are feeling forsaken. They've been put in homes, their families have drawn away from them. They've grown old. They are lucky enough to have grown old. You see, many people don't make it to be old. Sometimes there's so much evil in the world that many of the young people are killed. That's what's taking place in Europe right now. The people are being sent to war. The young, the wonderful generation that everyone counts on to lead them into the future, the young are being killed for no reason whatsoever, except that one individual has an ego that will drive him directly to the lowest level. Don't emulate people like that. Think of the great people that have helped to try to lead others. Reverend Graham, Mahatma Gandhi. There are so many wonderful leaders that have gone before that are now over here with me that I can't even name them. Think about those that are trying to help. Think about those that are leaving a mark. Think about those that truly do not want anyone to feel forsaken. When you are helping others like that, you're drawing closer to me. I don't want anyone to feel forsaken, and neither should you. I know that many of you think it's very difficult. Many of you have physical problems. Many of you are aged. Many of you simply don't have resources to do what you would like to do. But how you treat others is what's the most important thing in your life. Simply doing unto others as you would have them do unto you is the most important lesson you will ever learn. You see, when you do that, everything automatically gets better. You treat people with kindness, most of the time they'll treat you with kindness. Treat them with love, and they'll return it. It's simple. When you're going out of a public building and someone's behind you, hold the door for them. Most often they'll say thank you, and hopefully they'll go hold the door for somebody else. Kindness is contagious. Kindness will help those that are feeling forsaken. The forsaken need to pray to me. They need to pray to their angels. They need to pray to even ask their deceased family members for help. You see, every spirit has an ability to help. When you're on this side, you want to help others because you see the reality of what is taking place. When you're living a human life, often you cannot see realities. Evil can remain hidden where you cannot see it, where you cannot feel it, but you know it's there. Many of your politicians, they're evil. Now, there's some great ones. There's some good ones that are trying very hard. But they're finding that greed is making it almost impossible for them to do what they'd like to do. You see, money talks, sadly. It screams, it hollers, it does all of the things that it shouldn't do. Politicians are easily purchased, so we say. They need money to run their campaigns. So they'll do favors. That's how they say it. But it's a payoff. They'll do favors for those that will give them money for their campaigns. Then they'll take the money from those campaigns. And it's just a terrible situation. They think that they're above the law, but they're not. If the people would join together and do what they can to defeat these people, put people in that know me, then things would improve. Many people today feel politically forsaken. They feel frustrated. They feel they can do nothing, but they can. They always have the option of joining together with others of a like interest, and hopefully that interest is following my words. Then they can accomplish something. So do not feel forsaken. Help those that feel that nobody loves them. Take that little step of helping others. Take that step of being kind and showing love. It's all you have to do. If you do that, all will be well. Your life might not change appreciably. Mentally, you should feel much better. But I guarantee you, when you return to me, you will understand. No one is forsaken. So thank you so much. Thank you once again for listening to my words. Please tell your friends. You can read my messages in my book, Messages of God. Send copies of that book to people that feel forsaken. It'll help them. So I'll be back again next week, and I'll truly have another message. But you'll have to wait to hear to see what I'm going to speak of. So goodbye. Thank you for listening. I bless each and every one of you. Everyone I love. It's hard to believe, but I do. Goodbye. Okay. Thank you, Father. Another wonderful message. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, and each week you surprise me. But then I'm pretty easy to surprise, I guess. So everybody, tell your friends, help them. Be good. Be good to yourself. You'll feel much better for it. So I thank you for listening. We will be back again next week.